Europeans, so
Right.
you know.
Yeah. We're gonna go live. We're gonna get started about 10 minutes and shit.
All right. And I saw the Big L documentary trailer by chance, like just um it came up in the suggestions, and I didn't even know they were doing a documentary for him. And I can't find the documentary anywhere. It's supposed to be on Nas's mass appeal YouTube channel, and I can't find it. They only got the trailer.
Oh wow.
And when I looked online, I still can't find it, and maybe it's not out yet. And Lord Finesse made a post about it a couple of days ago, saying that they denounced the documentary because they wasn't involved in it. Nobody asked them. Nobody asked Big L's family to be a part of it, and he feel like it's just like a cash grab, to for in his memory. So they're not supporting it. DJ Premier's not supporting it. Fat Joe not supporting it. What up, Ronnie and Tim?
So
Nobody is supporting this Big L documentary, but I still want to see it, but I can't find it anyways. I tried Fire Stick, it's not on Fire Stick. So I don't know where the hell this is. Maybe it's not out yet.
and I've heard so much about that documentary for years and shit too.
No, this is a different one. This is not the official joint. I know there's an official one coming out because that documentary you've been talking about like for like 10 years now. That's the other one. That's the official joint coming out. This is one that was put together by some guy and Mass Appeal had the trailer, but it's not on the channel though. So and it was supposed to come out May 29th. It's already June 12th and we don't have it. So I don't know when it's coming out, but I want to see it though. I never seen they Big L deserves his own documentary or movie or whatever. So
Definitely, man.
you know what I mean? And the other article I sent you was about Ski Beats. He he supposedly did a Jay-Z album before that tapes. And he had Camp Blow features, he had Camp Blow like unreleased songs and Big L joints that he threw away in the garbage. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I read that shit this morning. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Like niggas to be dying for some ski and J beats for the longest and shit, man.
hmm You know what I mean? And especially after Reasonable Doubt and Uptown Saturday Night, and then to find out that he threw away extra joints, crazy. And he had collabs with J and Big L. You know how crazy that would have sounded? You know, Dame Big L was gonna sign with Rockefeller, and they were coming out with some group with him and Jay called the Wolfpack. And I don't know the other two members. It was like supposedly like other two members in the group or whatever.
I think I heard about that a while back ago and shit like that.
I never heard about that Wolfpack group, but that was supposed to be a group or whatever on Rockefeller, and then he got killed.
Mm.
You
It's
know,
such a sad man. Like nigga has so much potential and shit.
right? You know?
But like I said, I still can't believe this is the first time I'm actually talking about this album too. Cause I could have sworn I reviewed this album a while back ago.
Like, I mean, it's never too late. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I think the young generation definitely needs to know who Big L was.
right.
I'm saying even though he left us with like one album, I think he did a lot for his short time here.
Hmm.
Just like Biggie did. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely want to see this documentary. I don't know if it's out yet or what. I didn't even hear about it till this morning.
That's crazy.
You know,
Shit, man. I
and
swear
we got
we.
to celebrate. We got to salute the artists that just left us. One album or one single. Everything can't be about Nas and Jay Z all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were great. They already paved their way. Let's talk about the ones that don't get that recognition. Chi Ali, he left us with one album, and unfortunately he went. You know what happened with him. But those are the artists I want to talk about. We want to salute these artists before they drop dead.
Yeah, man. Chi Ali.
When they drop that, unfortunately, all the bandwagoners and hippies gonna jump on that train like, oh, rest in peace, blah. You know what I mean? We was already talking about these niggas before they dropped it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because it's their fucking guilt that's talking. That's the thing.
Right.
Shit. Yeah, I still who would you say would win in the freestyle battle, like L or Pun?
Oh man, that's hard because I think Big Pun has so many different deliveries and styles. He didn't stay in just one flow. You know what I'm saying? And but Big L though, Big L got those punchlines, man. Like those punchlines. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
crazy. That would be a good. That would have been a good battle. That would have been a good battle, definitely. And he was getting better, like only on his first album, and just some of the lines, like hip hop quotables forever. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Son.
Imagine if he was like on his third and fourth album, like he would have gotten better with every album.
Or like fucking Big L was just such a wizard when it came to like lyricism and shit like that.
Right.
I only got about 3 more minutes and shit. One D.I.T.C album, surprisingly, I don't have either. Is OC's Word Life.
That one I don't have either. I got Jewels. I never got Word Life. I got that one and I got Star Child. But
Yes, Star Child was a dope
it's,
one.
some of his albums I haven't heard. Like Bon Appetit, I haven't heard that one. I know there's another one I haven't heard from OC. But most of the recent stuff I heard, like the um what's that joint he did? New World or something like that. That came out like 2 years ago, I believe. I heard that one. And the stuff he did with on the D.I.T.C album. The Trophies album with Paulo Brown, that's a classic in my opinion.
I agree.
You know, but yeah, Word Life I have to get. I never bought that.
Yeah, man. Like, I almost bought the album, but I was going through some money issues and shit like
Right.
that. Uh,
Chris Carey says Papoose over Big L. I disagree. I love
whoa,
Papoose, but I don't think he fucking with Big L. Not when it comes to punchlines.
nah.
Papoose fell off to me. Like once he married Remy Ma, it's like his music went to shit.
Low key, Papoose was only hot when he was like a mixtape rapper. I'm sorry, not sorry.
Papoose was big when he 2006, 2007, those years. Like he was doing his thing. But I don't. I think like him signing with Flip Mode, and that fucked him up, and then like the album being shelved or whatever. Then Remy goes away for like what 7 years. She went away, and he had to like take care of his kids and her kids, and I just think like his music took a back seat to that.
True, true. And don't let's not forget Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah,
Okay,
that too.
okay.
But
Well,
I think that was mostly for like money. I don't think Pap was that type to do shit like that. Like that was mostly like a check.
hey yo, Chris, on some real shit, Papoose never had a song like Ebonics.
Exactly.
Let's be real. No rapper ever had a song like Ebonics and shit.
You know what I mean?
Anybody can like do it. The alphabet rhyming and shit like that.
Papoose is good. Like from out the gate, he was in a different lane from everybody else at that time. But he not better than Big L. He don't have one album better than Big L, and Big L only got one album. You know.
Mm. And I'm ready to start this shit because
Right.
it's gonna be kind of interesting. What's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing this lovely Friday night? This your boy Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Try with me.
You know.
Before I start, this whole week was just crazy as hell because I originally was supposed to have done some reviews planned out, but the Face Mob review is actually going to be this Sunday at 9 o'clock. I just done a review on Scarface the Diary yesterday, because that originally was gonna be a live review too, but again, this whole week was. Hopefully, this weekend will bring me a lot of relaxation. And so, the album that we're gonna review today is Big L with this debut studio album, Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous, released in 1995 on Columbia Records. Singles this album is known for are Put It On, M.V.P, No Ends, No Skins. Producers include Buck Wild, Lord Finesse, Showbiz, Craig Boogie. And guest appearances include Kid Capri, Tara, Herb McGruff, Buddha Bless, Big Twine, Killer Cam, aka Cameron. This was back in the Shooting Up the Corn days.
Right.
Trooper J, Mike Boogie, Lord Finesse, Microphone Nut, Jay Z. Yes, that Jay Z, but this I think it was spelled no, it was spelled Jayz because back in the show and proof he spelled it with the J and the Z. Um, Party Artie, rest in peace to Party Artie,
Right.
and Granddaddy IU. Yes, that Granddaddy IU from the Juice Crew, and shit like that. Yeah, very underrated MC by the way. All right. So you know how we always do. We're gonna ask how we got into Big L. I'm gonna start off with you, of course.
I got into Big L with the video when I saw put him on for the first time on a video music box back in the day, and I just thought it was dope, you know, seeing Kid Capri or hearing him on the chorus and giving L that energy that he always gave as a DJ and producer, and thought it was dope. It was a big hit over here in New York, and we the album dropped, and that was big when that came out, and when he dropped MVP and the remix, I love that summer mix for MVP, one of my favorite remixes of the '90s, and um he was that dude, like his metaphors and his punchlines was great. Like he was definitely like one of the best of that time to come out, and you know being affiliated with D.I.T.C, that's always been like one of my favorite like collectives is with producers and rappers, Diamond D and Lord Finesse and Showbiz and AG, Fat Joe, OC, and well, once I feel like once you as an artist, like once you get that stamp of approval from like a collective like them, you pretty much set in the game. So um production has like that, they gave him that boom bap production, that gritty New York sound that we had back in the '90s, and still longing for now in today's hip hop. And you know he was great, like definitely was one of the best. And I've never seen him live, I've always seen like videos or clips of him, but he definitely did his thing, and he was like on the rise to stardom. And I used to like be on the internet like early 2000s and hear about what labels passed up on him, like Bad Boy passed up on him, and I just would shake my head like Puffy, how do you not sign Big L but you sign a nigga like Loon? You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that happen? How do you not sign him but you sign Mark Curry? And I just was like, damn, like Big L on Bad Boy, like imagine that, like him with like Mace and the Locks and Biggie, like that would have been crazy. Black Rob, and then we had like those rumors that he was going to Rockefeller, and he was gonna start his this group with Jay-Z called the Wolfpack, and and unfortunately he got killed. I remember the day he got killed, but it was like a shock, yo. Like I was like, damn, like what I'm saying, and nobody knew like who did it or anything, you know what I mean? And it was just crazy. And I remember like when Stretch and Bobbito like they were playing Ebonics for the first time, and that was like a big underground hit, and then they played Size 'Em Up, like two joints like back to back, like he was just killing the radio stations with those two joints, and then when he passed away, and they said they were releasing like a the big picture, and they were like, yo, like I remember like that freestyle he did with Jay-Z on about stretching my beat. I used to tape those radio shows. I actually taped that on cassette because I used to just tape like the different freestyles. I had like one cassette for freestyles and then one cassette for like the B sides and remixes or whatever that they wasn't you could only get on the radio stations at that time. It wasn't putting it out on vinyl or CD or whatever. And I had that classic freestyle with him and Jay Z, and that was crazy, man. And you know what I mean. And it's just like moments like that make you like cherish these artists when they here, and don't wait until after they gone. You know what I mean. So um, yeah, that was great. Just hearing them on like old track and hearing them on the D.I.T.C album, saying that for Joe the Enemy, and they just a legendary artist, man. Like it just sad that he only was here for like a short time, but I feel like he did a lot during that short time. But that was like basically my introduction to him.
Okay. Um, to me, my introduction to Big L, I was not really introduced to him by a song, but it was
Mm,
just by a word of mouth, pretty much,
right,
and shit like that. Because a lot of I was this is when I was really getting into YouTube and hip hop, and a lot of cats mentioned how Big L was like lyrical as hell and stuff like that. So I was just looking up some stuff about Big L and shit like that too, and it was just like then I heard the album Lifestylez, of course. The song that really grabbed my attention from Big L was the song The Graveyard and shit like that, which I want to talk about that in a minute. But it was just like just the way he puts his words together, his flow, his technique was just so ahead of his time and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I felt like when it came to that time, like in 95, 94, he pretty much got lost in the shuffle at that time when it came to like the Nas's and the Biggies and the Meth
right.
Bands and
Mike
the
Geronimo,
oh yeah, Mike Geronimo's. It was I think it wasn't until like the late 90s when he was really getting popular and stuff like that. That's when he got killed and shit too. So
right.
yeah, man. And I definitely will talk heavily on this album and the big picture one day. So stay tuned. I feel like he's definitely a top tier lyricist.
Oh yeah,
Right. All right. So for those of you guys who don't know who Big L is, Harlem's finest. He was born Eric Lamont Robinson in 1974. Um, his father pretty much left him when he was little and shit like that. And so when he was little, he was mostly like raised by like his older siblings like Donald and Leroy, and shit like that, and his mom too. And so by the time like he got into like his early teens, like 12, 13, he really started becoming a fan of hip hop, started freestyling and shit like that. And so he got nicknames like Little L or Lamont, short for Lamont and stuff.
right,
And so fast forward to 1990, he had formed his first group called Three the Hard Way and stuff like that. And so they broke up because like they weren't really that focused as a group and shit like that. So also that same year, he met Lord Finesse. And Lord Finesse of D.I.T.C. At that time, he had just dropped the Funky Technician album, which that's a very dope album in my opinion, very influential album and shit. And so, L did a freestyle for Lord Finesse, and then they exchanged numbers and shit. Um, excuse me. And so fast forward to 92, after like graduating from high school, he started like doing like a lot of demos and stuff like that. Started doing like a lot of demos, and he first his first real song on Wax, I want to say, was his track called Devil's Son, I want to say. And that was like really like one of the first hardcore songs and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? However, it was not, when he really started like getting popular with the D.I.T.C crew and shit like that, he had formed the group Children of Corn. And you guys probably heard the name Children of the Corn before. And this was a group that had Cameron, aka, well, formerly known as Killer Cam, and Mace, formerly known as Murder Mace. You also had Bloodshed and McGruff. And so, um, his first real appearance on Wax, professional appearance, was Lord Finesse's Yes You May remix. Oh my fucking god. One of the best remixes in hip hop history. I kid you not. Like L just fucking went in on that track. And he started like appearing on, Showbiz and AG's Runaway Slave, which is another album we definitely have to talk about
Yeah,
one day.
sure.
Definitely gotta talk about one day sometime this summer. And so, yeah, like I mentioned before, '93 he dropped his first song, Devil's Son, and it was just so grimy, so like it was so grimy and stuff like that that I want to say the label didn't even want to release it
Yeah.
due to its content and shit.
Mm.
And so next thing you know it, he dropped his second single, Clinic, and shit like that. But the song that really put him out there was Put It On, which, well, I'm gonna save my thoughts on that. And so, fast forward to like 1995, you got this album right here. Yeah, this is a very dope album cover. Just Big L, Big L just posing and shit like that, posing and shit like you got like fucking his homeboy D.I.T.C in the background and stuff like that. You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
see I don't see Mace in the crew though. I know Mace was down with him.
Now I don't think Mace was on this cover too.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. And when it comes to like, I always like the back cover of this shit too. Just
Right.
how grimy this shit looked too. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. They like in front of a bodega like in the corner.
Exactly. Also, the title. I always fuck with the title, "Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous." That
Right.
shit.
Just the way that he spelled it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was dope.
Lifestyles of the rich and shit. Yeah, I want to say I got this in FYE years
Right.
ago. Right. All right. So this album has 12 songs. Let's get this shit started. Track number one is "Put It On." Very, very, very dope track. It's a classic track. Um, that I always loved how melodic that beat was. It uses that classic Boy Ada sample.
Right.
Everyone, I'm not even gonna say what the sample is. Y'all should know that shit. And pretty much what they mean by like "put it on" was just repping yourself and stuff like that. Putting yourself on, innovating yourself and shit. So yeah, that's one thing I got from that track. I love the video to it too. Just has Big L waking up, just
Right.
putting this shit together. You know what I'm saying? Um, I love this one line where he says, "And when it comes to getting Nikki, I'm not a whoopee. I got girls that make that chick Tony Braxton look like whoopee. I won with this 30 clicks. I'm never hitting dirty chicks. Got 35 bodies. Buddy, don't make it 36." Like I love that fucking line. It's so clever and shit like that. So yeah, that's pretty much a favorite song so far. Nice way to start off the album too.
I love this song. Definitely a classic song. This song has been in like movies. It's been on soundtracks. It's been on. I remember. Yeah, I forgot the website. There was a website I used to go to. It was a clothing website too. I don't want to say it was Sean John, but it was a website back in like the 2000s, and like the way that when websites go to somebody's website and then like it would take like some time to load up and like the content would load up. So the website I went to, like while the content was loading up, like they were playing this song, and it was just a classic song. Like you said, like in the video, he's like walking on the block and he's like in his Ellie Hansen gear and his baseball hat to the side, and that's old New York, you know what I'm saying? And just a nice boom bap beat, and have a legendary DJ like Kid Capri on the chorus, and definitely a great added touch. And the lines that he says, I'm known to gas a hottie and blast a shotty, not more cash than Gotti. You don't know, you better ask somebody. Fire, just fire lines. Great single for like an artist that wasn't mainstream, but just came out with like a dope ass track, and you play that track in the club and it'll start off any party. So definitely love this track.
Yeah, I feel you on that and shit like that. It's definitely like what you call like a commercial song done right with
Right.
by like a hardcore rapper because I've heard plenty of like rappers, hardcore gangster rappers that they try to
Mhm.
go for a commercial
Right.
song, which this might be a controversial opinion, and I know I never really cared for that Fat Joe song Envy.
Right.
I no, I like it, but I never.
Mhm.
Cared. You can tell he was going for that
Right.
commercial. That I'm gonna say my thoughts on it
It
because
was
I love Joe.
the one the Jealous One's Envy where he sampled Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was going for that commercial.
Oh yeah.
You know.
But like I said, I love Joe's One's Envy, but that's that one track I'm always just like
Mhm. Yeah.
have mixed feelings about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whereas with this one, it definitely is like a more lighthearted beat than
Mhm.
previous the other songs on this album and shit like that. But still, which brings me to MVP. Very interesting song right here. This was produced by Lord Finesse. I know a lot of people are more familiar with the Summer Smooth mix, which I have to be real, I kind of prefer the Summer Smooth mix over
Yeah.
the OG version and shit like
Right.
that. Especially that video, just the Miss Jones on the hook and whatnot. Like, come on.
Mhm. Yeah.
Interesting story. Lord Finesse did an interview,
Mhm.
and if you guys should know, that same year, they u- he used that the bar "Stay with Me" sample.
Right.
The same year, Biggie used the "One More Chance, Stay with Me" remix, which
Right.
again another dope remix and shit. And Lord Finesse said that he believed Biggie got the idea when Big L was opening Biggie on tour and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And like I said before, pretty much it was just the fact that both L it's kind of ironic how both L and B wanted that like R&B commercial
Right.
loop and shit like that because it's not the first time it's not the first time you hear like a lot of Biggie like you guys heard know the real story of time between like Pete Rock making the original version of Juicy
Oh, Juicy. Right.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like I said before, like I said, no shots against Biggie or like Ready to Die in general, but still. But back to MVP. It's like a braggadocio song. Love this track right here. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of quotables on this track. Um, Battles I lose none. I make crews run. I get fools done. Got 10 figures but only use one. I run up with Machine Gun Kelly with the Black Scully. Put one in your belly, leave you smelly, then take your belly. Like, come on, man. Like
Mhm.
his flow on that last verse is so phenomenal and whatnot. Love this track right here. Um, just like I said before, the Summer Smooth remix I much prefer, but still.
That was dope. And people. I think people forgot that Miss Jones was an actual singer. Like
Right.
later on, she went off and became a gossip queen on Hot 97, but she actually could sing. And I love that summer mix. That was dope. I love the original mix, but I think he was influenced by Big. There's two songs on this album that he's used the same sample that Biggie did on Ready to Die. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of them. But I definitely this is like a more gritty the way that they use the Ozzy Brothers sample was more of a gritty production compared to One More Chance is like more polished and plush. But I definitely love this song. It's definitely a classic. You know, I think this was like the commercial radio play that he was looking for. And the lyrics he says in the street brawl I strike me quicker than lightning. See what happened in my last strike from high fire.
Oh,
Bars, quotables for days all over this track and the album. Definitely a classic track.
exactly, man. Like this is just a fucking classic hip hop classic right here. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. And like I don't even have to say the way they use that "Stay with Me" sample. They just made it like more like New York and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like just the way those drums hit.
Yeah,
Oh man, like fucking classic song right there. All right, next track, "No Ends, No Skins." Again, another classic track in my opinion. Pretty much, Big L's just dropping some now insane
oh,
how.
I'll be right back. Just go ahead. Go ahead with mine.
Okay, baby. So Big L's just dropping some knowledge about how cats be fucking falling for these gold diggers and whatnot, and you just have to watch your paper when you got to be with these females and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, first of all, the title itself is so fucking dope. Like "No Ends, No Skins," very dope title. Um, what are some quotables he's saying and shit like that? You got girls of the '90s ain't nothing but crooks. It ain't all about what's in your pockets, not how you look. That's why you can't
Right,
talk to just any whore. Leave your brothers for the next man, cause he's got a penny more and shit like that. And this was produced by Showbiz and stuff like that. And Showbiz himself is actually on the chorus too. So yeah, man. Definitely a very dope producer MC right there, Showbiz and shit like that. That beat
right,
definitely sounded like something that could have also been on the Goodfellas album, which is another album I'm so glad I have in my collection, in my opinion. So yeah,
right.
No Ends, No Skins, very dope track.
Definitely another dope boom bap track. I like the horns on the chorus. It has like a real jazzy vibe to it, and Big L talking about like if you ain't got no skins, you can't get some of these fat booty chicks out here. And that's right. He's talking about gold digging, and that was like a topic in rap. Where EPMD had gold digger, and Kanye West had his own version of gold digger. So I think this was like Big L's version of gold digger, but it was like done in like the street way. And when he says, no matter how strong you rap, you only knock boots when you got loot and you on the map. Drip, bro, you get a whack slut, you get a hoe with a fat butt, and that's just speaking facts, man. Like just talking about chicks that they want the nigga with that's gonna take them out to dinner and buy them what kind of stuff, and if you ain't got it, you ain't they ain't gonna let you hit. So I think it was like a real track that people could relate to and show his versatility and just talking about the street stuff. And I like
Yeah, definitely. It definitely like reminded me of some shit from Iceberg Slim's Pimp
that.
book and shit like
Right,
that.
right,
Yeah, if you guys never read Iceberg Slim Pimp, read that shit right now. That's one of the rawest autobiographies ever.
oh yeah,
By the way, try it. You know what came in the mail? I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow.
okay,
Yeah.
oh wow,
Oh yeah, y'all gonna love me for this. You know what? Next track, Eight Is Enough, featuring Terra, Herb McGruff, Buddha Bless, Big Twan, Killer Cam, Triple J, and Mike Boogie. Um, Again, this is like a posse cut right here,
right,
bringing out his homeboys from his Harlem neighborhood and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And this definitely ripping some shit out. Very dope posse cut. Very dope posse cut to me. L definitely did his thing and shit like it's kind of interesting hearing. It's kind of interesting hearing Cameron here because this was actually Cameron's first appearance on Wax too. So it was very interesting. This is like way before the Dipset, way before the Come Home with Me days and shit. So yeah, man, very dope posse cut right here.
Did you ever get like the lineup? Because I don't know like exactly who's with the exception of Cam and Big L. I don't know like the other cats that's rhyming in the order.
Yeah, I got the lineup right here, bro. Hold
And
on.
I like the verse that this artist this MC had said step to this and get your body blown because I'm a known mighty cone for poems sliding in honey's homes. I like that verse and
Oh, Buddha bless.
okay and yeah his verse was dope and Cam did his thing and I like the horns on it and had like a gritty monotone type of beat and that was dope and the bass line was good. It was a cool posse cut, you know what I'm saying? Like within the posse cut, Cam's legendary. I always love Cam as an artist and Dipset and Big L definitely dope posse cut.
Yes, sir, man. Um, which leads us into the next track, All Black. Another very dope track right here. Lord Finesse definitely did his thing with that beat. I always love when Lord Finesse makes those very dark,
Mhm.
grimy beats and shit like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah,
definitely he succeeds in that, especially when he did
I agree.
Biggie's Suicidal Thoughts and
Right.
shit like that.
That was,
Oh man,
that was dope. Great way to end that album.
very great rating. Like,
Yeah.
and then with this track right here, Big L's pretty much like warning these motherfucking rappers and shit like that. You gonna kill these niggas and stuff like that.
Right.
He's like, I always love him, Big L. Like, guessing this dark grimy mode. He always like fucking. He makes murder funny. That's one thing I like about him. He just makes murder funny. Like,
Sort of like Sean Price had that wit about him with his bars too. He would say like some witty things, but he was dead serious on what he was saying.
exactly. Like, there's a one line where he says, "Ducks be getting thrown off platforms like PM dog." Yo, cause y'all like very dope line when he mentions a legendary instant where Karis won through PM dog from the stage.
Right.
I wish niggas would do that for Takashi 6ix9ine and shit these days.
They might do worse than that.
Shit. But yeah, very dope track right here. I definitely say this is like one of my favorite tracks off this album.
Yes, I agree. Definitely one of my favorites. It has like a real eerie beat to it, real dark track. Starts off with the horns, of course, and nice touch with the horns and Big L saying, so don't step to this because I got a live crew. You might be kind of big, but they make coffins your size too. Now I don't know, like call me crazy. Is he taking a shot at Big? I mean, when he says stuff something like that, 'cause I mean the word big. I mean, I already at that time there wasn't too many rappers with that word big in their name. You know what I'm saying? So was he taking a shot at Biggie?
You know what? I've heard a lot of people. You got a lot of people were a lot of New York rappers were very jealous of Biggie
Right,
around '95, especially when that Source issue came out, the King of New York Source issue.
right.
So maybe he was taking a slight shot at Big, maybe not, but a lot of New York rappers at that time were throwing shots at Biggie. That's all I'm gonna say.
And and then like and another thing is he talked a lot about getting AIDS on this album for some reason. And he said, if I get AIDS, I'm gonna start raping bitches. Like you couldn't
Whoa!
say it. Like the shit that he said back then in '95, you couldn't say now. In
Hell
this,
no!
like they would have like protests and all kind of shit with it. So,
Oh
but
shit!
like he mentioned getting AIDS at least 3 or 4 times on this album. You know what I'm saying? As well as like talking about fags and all that. But like it was like a lot of like AIDS, the word AIDS being thrown around on this album.
Mm,
You know.
that's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And mind you, this was the same year that where Easy E died of AIDS. So that's
Right,
wow.
right, that's right.
Like this
And
nigga had
Easy
no fun.
Easy died on my grandfather's birthday,
Oh,
March 26th. So, because my birthday is March 25th, and my grandfather's the day after mine, and that's when Easy passed away. So I always remember that. But it was just I don't know. I played this album this morning again, and I was like, oh, he mentioned AIDS a lot on this album. You know what I'm saying? I'm like what was he trying to tell us? Like, you know what I mean?
right.
Not
Yeah.
saying that he had it. I'm just saying like that line saying like if I get AIDS, I'm gonna start raping bitches. Like you couldn't get away with that in 2020. You
Hell no.
know?
But yo, listen, I'm gonna let you go on to the next song. I'm about
Yeah.
to go handle something right quick.
Okay. Cool. Next song, Danger Zone. Definitely a real gritty, hard track on here. Nice eerie melody. Um, what he said. A lot of quotables on here. He said, I'm choking enemies till they start turning pale. Satan, Satan, I'm learning. Satan said, I'm learning well. Big L's gonna burn in hell. And then he said, I keep the I keep the gear fresh. I keep the braids rugged. I never wear rubbers, bitch. If I get AIDS, fuck it. Again, talking about AIDS again on this song, like right after the all black, and I don't know. I just felt like it should have been a little disclaimer on the album. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of AIDS talk and discussions on this album, and I think it was still a dope song. Definitely like one of the darkest records he's ever done. Like I will put it right up there with Devil's Son. Um, just I like those dark boom bap tracks. So I definitely enjoyed this one.
Yeah, Danger Zone, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I love. This is another track right here where it's definitely another strong track. You know what I'm saying? Buck
right.
Wild is another producer. He definitely succeeds with that fucking dark, grimy ass beats and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This nigga said digging holes like Reverend Swagger. Oh
Oh,
shit,
dude.
yo, this nigga, the savagery in the song alone
Right.
works. So another very strong track. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah,
So
definitely great, man. I love it. And it's like he sounded angry in a lot of these songs, like Danger Zone and All Black and the Graveyard. A lot of these songs, he sounded like real angry. You know what I'm saying? And like you can feel it like in his lyrics too. But I definitely a great track.
yeah, very dope track. Which leads us into another favorite track, Street Struck. Um, Interesting story about the song Street Struck.
Mm,
So that same interview, Lord Finesse, he mentioned that the Sony wanted him to make some more positive tracks because they said that the album is way too dark, especially with
right,
songs like we mentioned, All Black. So
right,
Street Struck was like one of the more conscious songs off this project, where he's talking about the dangers of living in the street, of course.
right,
Um, it's kind of ironic, you know, he's rapping about the shit and just the way he died too, very ironic and eerie,
right.
shit like that. Again, very dope track. Love this track right here. I always love the saxophone. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Excuse me. Oof. The saxophone in this beat and shit like that. It just really captures mid '90s New York, in my opinion.
right. And also this was sampled by the Guru for Respect Architect remix, the Buck Wild remix from Jasmine Taz Volume 2. It's the same sample.
Oh wow.
Yes. I definitely like that track, Respect Architect. Definitely a classic Guru track. This is definitely a dope song. More positive. Where he's saying brothers be on the corners acting stupid, getting lifted. Their life is twisted and most of them is quite gifted. But just talking about like, I think it's more positive with him saying like to young black males like get off the street and do something with your talent and do something positive with your life and definitely like that song and the beat and the horns like you said and the saxophone definitely a dope ass track.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. Like, and we definitely, and there's definitely more songs like this. It kind of,
Right.
especially with the recent death of like Pop Smoke and Nipsey
Yeah.
Hussle, rest in peace to
Yep.
both of those MCs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you got like bitch ass Takashi glamorizing the streets and shit like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
oh, like I hate rappers who glamorize the streets and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking assholes.
He's
But
not gonna. He's not gonna last long.
oh shit, he's protected.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. Now, the graveyard. This is without a doubt my favorite track off this album, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This features fucking Lord Finesse, Microphone Nut, Jay Z, Party Artie, and Granddaddy IU. Oh man, where do I even begin with this track right here? This is just so fucking ill. Um, yeah, like what can I say about this track? And it's kind of crazy because like L and Jay Z used to battle one another in Harlem back in the day and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, my favorite verses on this track, I want to say was Big L's, Party Artie, and Jay Z. They all went in on that track right there. Like Big L, he got the fucking Source Magazine Hip Hop Quotable from the 1995 March issue,
Right.
and his whole verse is this punchline after punchline. Like I'm just gonna say this whole verse, man. Like the Big L be like and niggas like incense, getting men lynched and when tense. I'm killing infants for 10 cents. Cause I'm a street genius with a unique penis. Got flying chicks on my dick that don't even speak English. I'm making
Mm.
that shit much tears. I butt quit. I don't have it all upstairs, but who the fuck cares? I grab a boo, talking fast swiggers. I get cash and stash fixes and harass them bitch ass niggas. Like,
Mm.
oh man.
Crazy.
Like, a Technitis, my utensil, filling niggas with so much lead they can use my dick for a pencil.
Crazy. Crazy.
Like, who? Like, come on. Like, and so, we're gonna get into fucking Jay Z. This nigga came out with the way I rock, the way no way you can stop. I shot, pop, and drop. When Jay gets hot, like I was like, okay, Jay. This one Jay Z was just echoing as leaving that whole
Right.
fast Iggity style and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, he definitely did sing on that track.
Yeah.
And then of course you got the fucking Party Artie. Rest in peace to Party Artie, by the way.
Mhm.
Underground legend, right there. Appeared on a lot of classic D.I.T.C tracks. Like his voice is like one of the most unique voices in
Mm-hmm.
hip hop history. Dead ass.
Mm-hmm.
Him, Lord Have Mercy, RBX. Those are some of the most unique voices right there, shit
Right.
like that. And yeah, I know about the fucking Lord of Mercy, man. I know about that shit. Um, I love the line when Party Artie said, "I get hyped tonight like a red man. Enough respect to Big L who get wrecked. Shitty, check yourself, cause I ain't working with the full deck." Like another thing about this album too,
Mm.
the double entendres on this album is so amazing. They sometimes they might use a triple entendre.
Right.
How crazy the lyricism is on that fucking track. So this is like my favorite track and one of the greatest hip hop songs of all time. Dead ass.
Definitely. Definitely. Great track and Big L. Those bars. The genius with a unique penis. And I was just laughing like that is some funny shit. And Party Artie. Like Party Artie. I used to watch a lot of those like street DVDs, the come up DVD and Smack DVD, and they would have like the battles in Harlem with like T-Rex and I remember when T-Rex had battled Party Artie and Party Artie had battled Murder Mook and he was killing them niggas like and now those were classic battles like Murder Mook is not like he did his thing back then too with those battles but Party Artie was killing them, you know what I'm saying? And like that's when like I think people really started to pay attention to like freestyle battling again. You know what I'm saying? And then like over the years, like with Queen of the Ring with Babs from making the band, she was the host of that one. A lot of dope female MCs was on that one, and the URL battles like definitely You know, I seen Nems. Nems is like he was one of the best with those freestyle battles too. Like coming up, I used to see him and Cassidy and that the Party Artie was definitely one of the best at that. And rest in peace to him. It's a shame that he didn't, blow up too. And this was a dope track. Like it's another eerie track, another dark track. Definitely enjoyed this one as well. Classic joint.
Yeah, man, I definitely love this track. I remember like the first time I heard this track when I was
Mhm.
like 12 or 13. I used to blast the track on my MP3 player.
Yeah.
And I think my mom heard. I think my mom heard us the track. She's like, "What the hell? Like what you listening to?"
Yeah, if a man talking about AIDS like 3, 4 different times on his album, your parents gonna say something. And what he say?
Like that ass. Like this whole track influenced like me, like the vulgarity when that comes to like writing my shit sometimes and stuff like that. Like this is
Um,
like if Richard Pryor meets Iceberg Slim. That's the
right,
best way to describe this album.
right.
Shit. uh, Next track, Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous. Um, Again, this was another solid track right here. Um, this was produced by Lord Finesse. Again, definitely doing his thing. He talks about he's pretty much talking about like what's it like living in the streets and shit like that, and just
Mhm.
like how one gets like built up anger like towards living in the streets and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So one thing about Big L that no one gives credit for also is his storytelling. Like I always loved his fucking storytelling and shit. As sometimes like he uses this lyricism to make you feel like it's you in the story and
Right.
shit, that you living that fucking life. And I always he's like one of the few MCs that always successfully does that technique right.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, definitely another dark track, nice eerie melody, nice boom bap beat. Big L says, if I catch you on a late night black, you getting stuck, Jack. My mom told me to get a job. Fuck that. Hey, yo, picture me getting a job, taking orders from Bob, selling corn in the car. Like, yo, this is hip hop quotables forever, people. Like,
Exactly.
I don't think anybody was fucking with, not too many people was fucking with Big L on the mic, man. Like, like he meant what he said, but he was witty as well. And like and just so real. Like that's how I mean people feel. Unfortunately, is like yo, like they're not gonna. They would rather go out there and sell coke than to be at McDonald's flipping burgers. That's just how it is. And he was just real at saying it. And I definitely love this track. Definitely a solid title track for the album, and it captures the whole mood and the theme of the album. So like really dark boom bap production and just realism in it, through the artist lyrics, and I love it.
Yeah, I definitely love this track too, man. I'm just gonna say this right now. There's not a bad track on this album.
Not at all.
Even the unreleased shit, like I should have used Rubber, Devil's Son, man. Fucking
Mhm.
classics, my nigga.
Crazy.
Um, Again, the A's suck. I should have used the Rubber.
Um,
Oh shit. Track number 10. I don't understand it. A very another dope track where pretty much talking about how certain niggas get in the hip hop game. He wonders how they get famous in the hip hop game and shit. And this pretty much was talking about how it was hard for L to get like signed to different labels and shit like that because he was just too vulgar
right.
and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I definitely very relatable track right here. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, Certain lines when he said, "I don't understand, man, how rappers cold transform. 1 minute you're hardcore and raw, that's what you're known for, but not no more. You change, rearrange. You're not the same. Raps to plain. You explain why you lost your fame and shit. Like, just love that shit. Very relatable track too because a lot of certain MCs, man, they're going soft these days.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say no names though, but y'all know who you are.
And that's something that still goes on to this day, where we see like in the mainstream, where you see like Amigos or you see like a Travis Scott blow up and go platinum, but cats like a Flea Lord or a Ito, they respected in the underground circuit, but they don't got the plaques on their wall to show for their work. and that's something that's went on even in the night. You saw Hammer blow up, you saw Vanilla Ice blow up, but cats like Trap Quest don't have, they can barely go platinum. Mob Deep, you know what I'm saying? They, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that. I mean, once again, like Big L is just speaking the truth, and he was on a major like Columbia Records, and even Columbia Records, they felt like the album was too dark. Oh, we need something to lighten up the mood. We need a radio friendly hit. We need a club banger, and that's not what he was about. And a lot of artists fell to the wayside because of that. Mike Geronimo, I seen an interview that on IG 2 weeks ago where he talked about doing that song on the Vendetta album, you know, nothing more but the money. And he said like, yo, Puffy made that beat for LL. That was for LL Phenomenon album.
Oh
Mike
God.
Geronimo, yeah. Mike Geronimo said that it came from his mouth. He took the beat
Oh
because he
God.
wanted to do something different. And he took that beat and Diddy told him not to do the song. And he went against what Diddy said and did the song. And you see what happened with that album. Nobody liked it. But he included was trying to get that radio play. And he was talented, but that's just the pressure of being an artist and trying to make a name for yourself. And then when you consider underground, but you want to be worldwide, so it's like you can't be worldwide and be underground at the same time. It's like, do you want that underground love or you want that commercial success? I think that's the fight that Griselda is gonna go through. You know, you hear people say, "Oh, Drake is gonna be on the Conway album." What are the diehard fans gonna think when they hear Drake on a Conway album? Because if it leads to that, then are they gonna be open to working with a Travis Scott or Amigos or Doja Cat? You know what I'm saying? So that's the struggle that the artist goes through.
Shit. So
You know
wait.
what I mean? But I love the song like when he says and that really gets on my nerve when a rapper gets the credit that they don't deserve, going platinum and don't have no soul. Some rappers are mad nice and don't even go gold. You know what I'm saying? So that a lot of that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like Most Def, OC, J. Rule, like none of them cats went platinum. So it's like, yo, you know what I mean? Like gold for them was their platinum. You know what I'm saying? But they got the timeless music to show for their work, but they don't got the plaques on their wall to show for their work. And like a Hammer or Vanilla Ice, or you know what I mean? So that was just like the constant struggle with the artist.
Right. Definitely. I want to backpedal. You said
Yeah.
Diddy warned Mike Geronimo not to do
Yes, he said that in an interview on
Oh,
we heard the beat when because you know I guess Puffy did that beat. He heard the beat and he wanted to get to do that song, and Puffy told him not to do the song. He was like, "This is not for you." So when Mike told Puffy, he was like, "Huh? You want to do the song?" So Puffy was like, "Okay, go ahead." He did the song, and he wanted to try something different. And you see, people hate that album, and that's not that's not Mike Geronimo. Mike Geronimo is the natural. You know what I'm saying? He's
right.
Master IC. He's not nothing moving with the money. And I think if he didn't do that song, you know, his career probably would have took a different. It probably would have been on a different path. But he did that song, and it didn't blow up. The second album didn't blow up, and that was like the last time we heard him. But um, yeah, he said that Puffy was the one that told him not to do that song. That song was meant for LL's Phenomenon album. Cause I mean it has. I mean when you hear it, it has that feel, that bad boy feel or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I could hear LL on that song, but I definitely feel like Mike Geronimo shouldn't have did that song.
Yeah. For once, I gotta give Diddy credit what he got it. What he got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I mean, cause you know, like Mike Geronimo know, like these people are not, they're human like us. Like they hear the talk. He knows that people don't like that album, so he's heard it for like 20 something years, and he know that that was a bad move by him to do that song. So
Definitely, most definitely on that
yeah,
shit. Next track. Fed up with the bullshit. Yeah, this is used the classic Isley Brothers sample. Very relevant song today, where it's talking about police brutality and discriminate. And he's also talking about how discrimination about cab drivers in New York City
right.
and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this was another one of those songs where the label kind of wanted him to do and shit like that, but he pretty much like did his own thing with this one. I love the line where he says, "Then one day they slow rolled through the hood with a 38 cock too deep up to no good. They say that my skin was black, so they attacked, threw me on the back, and stuck a gat into my fucking cap. Like, ooh,
Hmm.
very, very dope track right here. Love this shit.
Yeah, definitely a song that's it speaks volumes now in these times that we're living in. Just like that song he did with Fat Joe, "The Enemy,"
Yeah,
on D.I.T.C. album. Another song about police harassing him and shit, and um he says there are too many there are too many young black brothers doing life bids because justice means just us white kids. And like I said, like it speaks to the times that we're living in now, and Black Lives Matter. And I like the beat. I thought the beat was dope. And again, like it sampled another Ozzy Brothers song that Biggie sampled as well. And I thought it was cool. I thought it definitely a positive, more righteous type of song from Big L. Like he showed his versatility. And I definitely think it's one of the strongest tracks on here.
yeah, very, very well said. Very well said. And the last track off this album is "Let 'Em Have It." L. Just a nice way to end off this album and shit like that. Very braggadocious track. Just him again with his unique sense of humor and shit like that, and his unique wordplay. Very dope track. I love the line where he says, um, "Cause I'm an MC assassinator. I grab the mag and leave a nag leaking like activator. Step to this and get shanked up. I knocked out so many teeth and 2/3 went bankrupt." Like, very dope track right here. Love it.
Definitely another eerie melody type of track, nice beat. And Big L says, so you better leave L alone before I reach out and touch you, but not with a telephone. Fire. And I like the other line he says, fuck karate, Big L practice gun fu. So what he said, I knocked so many teeth, I knocked so many teeth out, the tooth fairy went bankrupt.
Yep.
Yeah. Just some quotables on this track. I love it, man. Definitely a great way to end the album.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I definitely agree with you on that. Um, Overall, this is a classic album right here. Um, Definitely like one of like the most darkest, grimiest albums. Like come out like the boom bap era. Lyricism right is on the top level. I know when this album, I read when this album first came out, a lot of people were kind of saying how the beats were too dark, too like boring and shit like that. But then like years later and shit like that, they kind of like softened up, had more of like a positive reception towards the production, as it fits more, with Big L's unique style and shit like that. Um, Again, very nice way, very nice debut album and shit like that. And it's a shame too how his life tragedy got cut down and stuff.
Right.
Um,
But he wasn't actually like doing drug dealing and shit when he got killed. That was like mistaken identity. Like they were after his brother or something like that.
yeah, it was his brother.
Right. So he was actually doing big things when he got killed. It's not like he was still in the streets, doing shit, you know.
Exactly.
But I love it. I think it's a great boom bap album. I like those early boom bap albums like Stunts, Blunts, and Hip Hop, and Fat Joe first album, the Fat Gangster, and OC Word Life, Showbiz and AG, Runaway Slaves. Like these albums are like classic boom bap. You know what I'm saying? Like for anybody that never listened to boom bap, go back and listen to those albums. Um, I love a lot of these tracks. Put it on M.V.P. The Danger Zone, Street Struck. I love Fed Up with the Bullshit. I love this whole album. Like it's a classic to me. Like I want to ask you, like, would you put this on the level of like a Ready to Die or Illmatic? 'Cause I've heard people say like they it's a classic, but they wouldn't put it on that level with like Doggy Style and those type of albums.
You know what? I'm gonna be really honest. I'm gonna be really honest with what I'm about to say. I don't put this album on the same level as Illmatic
Mm,
and shit like that because um, To me, is what Illmatic and Lifestyles is like apples and oranges.
Right.
Nas's Illmatic, it did have its dark moments too,
Mhm.
but at the same time, like it still had like it's like more melodic, more. It still had like more like a vibe to it and shit like that
Right.
compared to like with this album and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, lyricism wise, this one was above a step above Illmatic because I even heard Nas in an interview said that he was very influenced by Big L style and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he said like in the 2000s and whatnot.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, man. But at the same time, I would not like say this album touches Illmatic in my opinion. That's just me.
Right. Like it's a classic to me, but it's like like you have those albums that you would go to first before others.
Yeah,
So like this is one of those albums where I love it, and it's a shame that it's like his only real album. But like if it came to like the Chronic or Doggy Style or Ready to Die, Cuban Link, like I'm going to play those first before this one. But I definitely think like this is an all around great album. Like there's not really no bad song that I would like skip over for the next one. Like that whole dark and eerie like boom bap is what I love. So I think it's a classic album, but it's not like the first one I would pick up over those other albums. So
yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. Definitely see what you're saying on that one. But yeah, man. And this album was re-released on vinyl by Traffic Entertainment
yeah,
last year. So
and
I'm on vinyl. You said what?
they have a Get On Down re-released it also.
Right, exactly.
They have
So,
like the thing is like a book with it or some shit like that.
oh shit.
It's like a book with it, and it's like pictures, album like unreleased photos and liner notes and stuff. I don't know if that Get On Down release is out of print though. But this I picked this up on Amazon I think last year or year before last. So I don't think it's out of print though.
Yeah, man. Get on down. They be doing the re-releases justice and shit like that. I respect that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, man. Let's see. Let's see what time it is. Let's go on for a couple more minutes. So, question:
Yeah.
You heard about what Neil said about the George Ford death?
No, I know he said something at the funeral, right? But I didn't know what it was though.
He said like George Ford dying was a sacrifice for all the races to get together.
Oh God. And he said at the man's funeral, he said, oh, what's wrong with Neo, man? Bullheaded mind. What's wrong?
Like I swear to God, niggas can need to just shut the fuck up.
Crazy. Um there's a question I was looking for on here. Oh, Ronnie said D.I.T.C or Juice Crew.
Ooh,
I gotta go with Juice Crew. You know, just having like Kane and Roxanne and
mm.
Master Ace, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll go with Juice Crew too.
Yeah. Favorite verse from Big L. Oh man,
The
just
Graveyard.
this album alone, like he got a lot, man. He got. I think like that whole Danger Zone song is like every bar there was classic.
Shoot. Yeah, man. Like, yo, this is one song he did with this R&B singer named Steven or Marquis something. It's like the Alone remix with
Mm,
him and Lord Finesse. That's a very dope verse and shit. Like,
right,
it's something different from Big L. Like, he's definitely on that, R&B
right.
shit. Like, I always,
Dope. But it was like it's like a combination of like freestyles and unreleased joints, and I don't really consider Big Picture an album, but that was a dope way to say goodbye to him. You know what I'm saying?
right. Yeah, man. Like,
Favorite song from Nas. Oh man, man. I can't pick just one, yo. Favorite
mm,
song from Nas. I can't pick one. Is it? I got too many. I got a lot of favorites on Illmatic alone. Like New York State of Mind, Represent, One Love, well, the world is yours.
fucking, Second Childhood.
Yes.
Deja Vu,
The
Silent.
Message. Yeah.
You said the message.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was great. Definitely.
oh,
Grand
oh.
Champ or Year of the Dog. I never heard Year of the Dog. Grand Champ. I have actually have Grand Champ. Grand Champ was a decent album. For him retirement off of Def Jam or whatever. But I don't think Def Jam really promoted that album like they should have. Like or either that or people just got tired of DMX at that time.
To be real with you, after the Great Depression, that's when
And
things started falling off for me.
yeah, it was like they didn't really care about his last album with Def Jam.
Like, I'd rather pick the Grand Champ because I heard some of Year the Dog. It was not good.
I don't have that one.
Lord, give me a sign. It had that track. Which that was
It's-
not a bad track.
mm,
That's not the really only thing I remember from the album.
mm,
Lord, give me a sign.
I don't. I was that around the same time we had that reality show?
Yeah, on BET.
Okay, I watched the reality show. I remember watching that, but I never heard Year the Dog. And he got like some other like unreleased shit.
Exactly. Because you remember that was around the time when like Jay-Z was the president of Def Jam and
Right.
he wanted to
He
focus more on like younger artists and stuff like
yeah.
that.
hmm Redman wanted out. Method Man wanted out.
Right.
Um, Makai said this may be a hard question, but how do you rank your favorite Wu Tang members? Damn,
That is a hard question.
how do I rank them? Lyrically, I want to say Method Man first. Um, Ghost, Deck, You God. I think You God is definitely underrated in the crew. Um, Raekwon and everybody else. But
Shit.
I definitely think Deck and You God especially. I think nobody mentions You God. I think You God is highly slept on lyrically. Um, the Jizza. Well, you know what Jizza been. Jizza definitely always on point.
I could do. I would say my favorite member would be Ghostface,
Mm.
then Jizza. I want to say Inspector Deck next, Method Man. This way gets hard. Wait, Raekwon,
Yeah,
Old Dirty Bastard, RZA, Master Killer, and You God.
Deck is the perfect like table setter. He's the dude that you want to get to start your track off. You look at like a lot of those tracks. A True Master, he started it off. Triumph. He started off with that classic verse. Everybody knows that. It's been on T-shirts and everything.
Right.
That is the table setter. Definitely a great lyricist.
True, true.
Favorite Def Jam artist. I think Ronnie said that in the last one, but we left when he before we could answer that.
Damn, I have a lot, man.
The favorite Def Jam artist. LL Cool J, Third Base,
Public Enemy,
Public Enemy, Red and Meth, Jay, of course,
J.O.
DMX, One G,
Ja Rule, fuck it,
Tabu, yep, definitely. He did his thing.
Foxy.
Roxy did her thing, yep. I mean, they've had like that used to be like a great roster. That was like Murderers Row. Every artist on there was just they just bring it. You know what I'm saying? Whether they were platinum or gold, they just had a great roster back then.
I agree.
Now I don't know what the hell they got. they got Def Jam Africa for like the world beat artists and trap artists now and shit. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Are they gonna sign Simba Mustafa? Like,
I don't know. Shit. 187 said Infamy or America's Nightmare. But I'm gonna go with Infamy.
mm, I'm gonna go with Infamy by Cunt here because I like America. I like some stuff of America's Nightmare. I don't think those two are great albums though. But Infamy, I think had like a little bit more tracks that I like on for that one.
Yeah, Infinity low key grew on me in
Right.
recent years because I kind of consider like that the last time Prodigy was really
Yeah, I
serious
agree.
on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
Let me, I'm a huge Prodigy fan. I'm not just saying this
Yeah.
shit just because he died. I studied Prodigy, when I was growing up and stuff like that. Because
Right.
I know motherfucker gonna be all like, "Oh, Prodigy was that nigga." All those are the posers and shit. But
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like with the shit that was going on,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the beef with Jay Z and
Right.
him beefing with Nas too around that time. It just really fucked up with his head. And with the whole pictures, with the whole like Michael Jackson picture too,
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like people weren't really listening as much because, in my opinion, his peak was from '94 to 2000. In my opinion,
Right. Right.
and shit. So I just felt like Infamy was kind of like the dent that began it all.
Well,
Cause
see, I think he did his thing on like HNIC 1, 2, the Albert Einstein album, the Return of the Mac. Like those projects were alchemists. I think he had a second revival with those projects where Alchemist really like saved his career like with those like as a solo artist. I definitely think those were solid.
yeah,
But as far as like Mob, I feel like around like Infamy, they started to drop off.
yeah, man. Because I remember hearing the fucking Blood Money album. Oh
Mm.
my
And I
fucking
like that album. Like I know people shit on it, but they like they were they have like a lot of unreleased joints that didn't even make that album. But I like that album. I just felt like it was too much heavily influenced by 50 Cent. 50 had his hand in the production, everything. And that's what ruined it for Mob because they are their own entity. Like whatever label they on, they gotta be they self. Like like how like Dipset went to rock and they had their own movement and Jay-Z felt some type of way. That's
yeah.
how it probably would have been for Mob because they had their own movement. And if they on G Unit, they gotta do their own thing. They can't have no interference from 50.
And
But I like the Blood Money album. I just thought that it was not a great album compared to Infamous and Hell on Earth and Murder Music.
yeah, and I definitely agree with you when it comes to like they should have had their own movie and shit. Because the reason why I didn't like the album because I personally never felt like Mob Deep and G Unit was never really a good mix. It,
Right.
it it's like with the Firm and Dr. Dre.
Mm-hmm.
It's like certain hip hop styles don't mesh well
Right.
together,
Right.
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like and also because I just felt like around that time too, like that's when I just really felt Prodigy pen game was like
Right.
kind of really getting like lazy and shit.
Right.
Like okay, but
Um, your top five mafioso albums, Sam.
ooh, okay, all right. Coogee Rap and DJ Polo Live and Let Die. Raekwon's Only Built for My Cuban Links. AZ's Do or Die. Jay Z's Reasonable Doubt. And this is gonna be a very surprise, but I'm gonna go with Royal Flush Ghetto Millionaire.
I'll go with Raw Flush and Fuji Rap and DJ Polo and Cuban Link, Foxy Brown. That was heavily mafioso. Um, uh, Il Nana. I want to say China Doll. Il Nana and yeah, AC Do or Die. Definitely some classic albums. I want to say it was written too because that was like Nas Escobar, totally a totally different Nas from Illmatic.
Yeah.
That's a great album, you know. Um, favorite hip hop beats, Ronnie asked.
Oh shit. Okay.
Favorite hip hop beats, definitely Jay Z and I was saying this in '99 with a friend of mine. Summer '99, we were talking about what if Jay Z battled Nas, and I always said like, yo, Nas is the better lyricist, but Jay Z was more consistent with album projects and hits. Like every summer, he made it a point to come out with something. That's what really followed that trend. Like you have Busta Rhymes and Ja Rule and DMX coming out like every year and every summer with something. Jay-Z really started that trend, and he was coming out consistently with hits. You know what I'm saying? So it got to be Jay-Z and Nas for me. Big and Pac. If it was just Big and Pac and not the whole postal thing, I think that would have been a great beef. But it's just like everybody started getting involved. You got Common against Ice Cube and I don't know how Rex and Effect jumped into the beef. It's just like everybody was just going at each other. It just was CNN going at all kind of shit. So um that got out of hand. But definitely Jay Z and Nas and um who else? What's it about? UTFO and Roxanne. When they came out, with the real Roxanne joint back in the '80s, and that was I remember that one when I was younger. And um, who else? It's so many, yo. Like KRS One and MC Shan. That's an epic one. You know,
Okay. Shit. To me, LL Cool J Kumo D, DJ Quick versus MC8, Ice Cube versus NWA, Jay Z versus Nas, um, The Game versus G Unit. Yeah, I'm going there. Um, and this might be a fucking surprise. This is gonna be a fucking surprise, but I did like the little subliminal beef that um Nas and Biggie had and shit like that.
right?
I did like that.
Yeah. 187 asks, do y'all own the infamous archives?
I wish
What is the infamous archive?
just fucking unreleased Mob Deep tracks and shit like that.
It's a Mobb Deep track.
Like unreleased Mob Deep joints that were never made
Oh,
an album.
is it bootleg or is it like officially released?
I believe it's bootleg. I
Oh,
believe.
I had like the J Love back when he used to do like the mixtapes. I had like the Mobb Deep misses and all. I had those, but I never heard of the infamous archives or whatever. Favorite punchline rappers.
Big L.
Yo, that's one. Redman, I love his punchlines. Fabulous, I think he's great at that. Conway definitely. Um, even there's an underground cat that I don't know if too many people know about him. Punchline and Wordsworth, and Punchline was good at those. Those punchlines and Mad Skills. Even Mad Skills, he slept on with
Oh yeah,
punchlines.
yeah.
You know,
Alonzo said, "Do you guys like Pusha T with the clips or him solo?"
definitely with the clips. I mean, he has to still build up his catalog as a solo artist. But I definitely liked him with his brother because they were like, what I'm saying, it just worked with them. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, Malice have his own beliefs and his own beliefs, but um, I push is a dope solo artist. Like I just feel like he needs to put out more stuff as a solo artist though. But he takes forever to come out with something. But definitely, I love the clips. Definitely, the first two albums were great, and the features they did with other artists and the V Up Gang mixtapes were great. So I would like to see them reunite at some point.
Yeah, man. I'm like I said, I'm not like the biggest clips fan and shit like that. So I'm gonna go with solo for me. That's in my opinion.
Right. Easy E or Ice Cube? Ice Cube for me,
Q.
definitely. Um, when Cube was younger and he didn't give a fuck about nothing and he was just speaking his mind, like that's the Cube I love. And we need that Cube again. Unfortunately, he's too Hollywood now, but like America's Most Wanted Cube and Death Certificate, Predator, Lethal Injection, like that's the Cube I fuck with.
Yeah, man. Like that Ice Cube is like raw and lethal and shit.
Right.
Um, which region y'all like better when it comes to hip hop? East, West, Midwest, or South?
Well, definitely East. You know, I mean, I love all. It don't matter where you from, because I love artists from other countries, but I gotta say the East, man. This is my home. But East definitely. West, I love a lot of that G funk. And I like some Southern artists, not everybody, but
Hmm.
Machiavelli or All Eyes on Me. All Eyes on Me.
Machiavelli.
Classic album, man. Machiavelli is great too. You know what I'm saying? Like, but definitely All Eyes on Me. Like, that's like top three double albums for me.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm gonna go with Machiavelli because that album is that one of Tupac's like angriest works in my
Yeah.
opinion.
And Pac was real angry with the album, man. You listen to Bomb First and Against All Odds, and he was angry as hell on that album.
Exactly. Like the production was like more stripped down too.
Yeah. It was like I like the transition he made from Pac to Machiavelli. It was like it was the same artist, but you could tell like the album was different.
Right.
There was something different about that album compared to his other stuff.
Oh, Alonzo. I pretty
Mm.
much agree with you on this one. How the production was not that bad on Cannabis' first album.
Really? You really think have you heard that album?
I heard it. I've heard of worse produced albums. That's all
What?
I want to say.
Listen, Wyclef messed up Cannabis first album, messed up I said John Legend, messed up John Forte first album. That's not good. Like he fucked up both of those two guys' careers, yo. That ended up John Forte having to sell liquid cocaine or what he sell liquid? It was something liquid, and he went to like prison for like 14 years and shit.
Jesus.
You know, like he fucked up John Forte's career. He didn't even go see John Forte when he was in prison.
Because
You
Wyclef
know,
was
because he was so embarrassed that he fucked up his first album, just like Cannabis first album. You know, that album was bad. What do you talk about? Cannabis 2000 was better than that shit, and he didn't even have no big name producers on it except for like Clue. Clue did like one track on it, and I think Juju from the Beatnuts did one joint.
shit.
You know,
Anything is better than See True Hollywood Stories. Oh God.
Buckingham Palace and Get Retarded. I like those songs, and of course, Second One Knockout. But I don't remember nothing else over that album.
Get retarded.
That's for a Bad Boy.
Death Row.
I gotta go with Bad Boy, man. I love Death Row. I gotta go with Bad Boy because of Biggie and Faith Evans and 112 and Total. That was the crew, man. You know, that was the Mace came later in the Locks. You know, but definitely, I was a big Death Row fan. I bought everything that Death Row was coming out with because I was a big Death Row was big over here. Even when the whole coastal battle was going on, we still supported them. Even if they felt like we didn't support them, we still supported them. You know, I rushed out to get Murder Was the Case when it dropped on home video. You know, that's the same day I bought the main ingredient from P Rock and Seal Smooth. You know what I'm saying? I rushed out to get Doggy Style and the Chronic. Chronic was like my first like real gangster rap album. You know what I'm saying? So before then, it was like I wasn't allowed to listen to gangster rap. So Chronic was like my first entrance into gangster rap. So I supported Death Row to the fullest, even when they felt like New York didn't. But I always supported them. Even the affiliate yards, Warren G rushed out to buy his first album. You know,
Dope album.
yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Best Teddy Pendergrass sample. That's a good one.
Hmm. I gotta think about this one.
I like this. You know what? The one I like. I like Love TKO. Like that was sampled by Ahmad for back in the day and Escape for Who Can I Run To? Kenny Lattimore sampled that for his first album. I love that track.
I'm gonna go with "Come Go With Me" when J.O. Felony used that for Sherm Stick.
Right, right. That was a dope joint too.
We gonna fly Sherm Stick. That's a classic shit right there.
Mm-hmm. Camé was dope.
Oh, that's a unique sample. RZA did
Yeah,
his thing on that one.
yeah.
That
Favorite
song gets overhated too. I'm sorry.
Cam A? It does.
Yeah, I
Why?
know a lot of diehard Wu fans that never like that track, saying, "Oh, it's
Really?
a shit track." Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, that's always been their thing. Like they did Ice Cream, they did Cam A, they
Hmm.
did Ghostface did was it Jellyfish? It was
Yeah.
called. Yeah, like they've always done joints like Miranda. They've always done joints like that for women. So I don't understand why they would hate on that.
Shit. I know not a lot of people like that Shisha Let Ghost album.
That was dope. I love that.
That Shisha Let Ghost song. That's what I meant.
Yeah, that was a dope joint. And You Got is on there. Yeah, I think You Got is underrated anyway. So
Right.
he got his little shine. Favorite 112 song.
Oh shit.
Hmm. Favorite 112 song. I love Dance With Me. I think Dance With Me is a dope ass track. I like the video. They are like, oh, they remind me so much of New Edition. You know what I'm saying? Like just the way that they dressed and they carry themselves.
I see what you're saying.
You know, anything that was a great song too.
I'm gonna go with Cupid.
Cupid was great. Probably their best ballad, I would say.
Facts.
Yeah, I love 112. Top five Tupac albums.
Mm.
We got to go with all the great ones. You know, Shirley for My Niggas, Me Against the World, All Eyes on Me, Machiavelli. I'm gonna throw in Remember Me. Are You Still Down? That joint.
Tupacalypse Now.
Apocalypse Now. Yes, that was cool. That was a good one. He ain't got too many.
He
You know
only
what I
got
mean?
he only got five when he was alive and shit.
Yeah. He got countless unreleased shit though. They need to release those joints.
I don't know. They're gonna. I feel like they'll fuck up the production.
I
They
know,
all.
just the OG though. Like if they're not gonna release it the way it was, then don't release it. But he got hundreds of unreleased shit.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Um, he's talking about aside from his first album. Well, I only heard the first two. I only heard the first Canvas album, and I got the 2000 BC joint. I ain't hear nothing else after that. I know he did some shit with Keith Murray.
Oh shit! I never knew
Yeah,
that.
yeah, they had like a little group called the Undergods or something like that.
Mm.
But I never listened to those. I never listened to was it Rip the Jacker? I never listened to that one.
I heard that a while back ago. I
Yeah.
did. I did like
Is it
that.
good? Is it good? It's a good album?
I remember liking it a while back. I have to re-listen to it.
I gotta hear that one. I see people post it up all the time, but I never heard it though.
Yeah, that's like his last dope album.
That's a good album.
Yeah,
He's still a dope ass lyricist. He always been a great lyricist. Just his production is what failed him.
I agree.
You know, you know.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna read a couple more comments and shit.
The guy's favorite city, state in the South. Atlanta, because I've been to Atlanta. I have family down there. A lot of the southern artists that I like are from Atlanta. You know, Outkast and Goody Mob. You know, Little John. You know, Usher, Tony Braxton, TLC, so Chris Cross, rest of the
I'm definitely gonna go with Atlanta too by a long mile and stuff like that. Houston,
Texas too. You know, I like Scarface and Slim Thug. You know, I fuck with them. Swisher House, I fuck with them.
facts. Um, thoughts on Biggie's Born Again album? Didn't really like it.
It was yeah. The thing is, like I said, like if it's not the OG version, it's like why put it out? You know what I'm saying? Like I know they got Premiere to do shit and this producer and all that, but I just felt like I remember listening to the original Dead Wrong, and then they come out with another version with Eminem and totally change the beat up, and it's like that's just Puffy making money off of Big. That's why Biggie stuff will never be out of print because they're still continually making money off of his name. So
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Everything else on Bad Boy you can't find.
To me, what I don't like is just like he reuses verses from known Biggie songs and shit like
Right.
that, which I have a kind of an issue with and stuff like
Mm,
that. Yeah, at least with the Tupac ones,
mm,
they'll just sample like the whole, use a whole song to change the beat up and shit.
right.
It's like we already know where that beat like
And
turns.
and right and Pac has so many unreleased joints because he was always in the studio. Like Biggie wasn't doing that. So it
Exactly.
was like if you come out with the duets album, it's rehash Biggie's lyrics. They had the album with him and Faith Evans, The King and I, rehash Biggie lyrics. So that's all he's putting out is even on the Dirty Money, the first Dirty Money album, he came out with the song Angels, and he used like rehash Biggie lyrics. Like I'm like it's the same rehashing stuff that Puffy's doing to get money off of Biggie's name. Like his mother needs to put a stop to that,
I agree.
you know. Oh yeah, rest in peace to DJ Premier's mom. I seen that on IG.
Oh yeah, rest in peace to her too.
Sad man. How did she die? I don't know how she died.
I don't even know how she died
All
either. But yeah, try. I'm gonna be at the car tonight because I want to let my webcam charge up a little bit.
right. I asked her that question again, Makai, on Sunday.
What question?
Is do you think either Memphis or Texas originated the trap sound between be forgetting Memphis was big on that trap in the 90s, by the
Oh,
way.
Memphis heavily influenced that trap sound, especially with the 3 6 Mafia. Like,
I never looked at D.C. Mafia as trap though. I never looked like considered them trap. I always thought like Jeezy and T.I. like started it.
I mean, I never. I mean, like it had an influence, like how certain trap beats are made, especially with those hi hats and drums.
Right.
Like, listen to the song "Street Robbery" from the Mystic Styles album.
Okay.
Like, just that beat alone, and then you'll hear a lot of that, like use like that style in drum pattern, use like a lot of Chief Keef and shit like that.
Right.
But at the same time, too, Atlanta was really this place that really let trap be known, especially with the Jeezys and the Ti's
Right.
and shit like that too. But I just felt like Memphis definitely had an influence in it too, if you ask
But
me.
that was good trap. Not like this shit they call trap now.
Right. Most of the niggas that do trap now aren't even from the trap. Let that be known.
Exactly.
Shit. But yeah, man. Thank y'all so much for watching this review and shit like that. Just like y'all need to know, this is Big
We got
L with that
all right.
Lifestylez, The Poor and Dangerous, released in 1995. And stay tuned this Sunday. It's gonna review Face Mob's Other Side of the Law, and it's gonna be my last video before I go on a little break and stuff like that. And the book, video, I'm definitely gonna talk to you about this weekend and shit.
Okay.
All right. Hope everyone has a very good night. Peace.
Peace.